This is the additional maths paper 2018, and we're looking at question 5 of this paper. So the first one we've got is find the remainder when it's divided by x plus 3. So if you've got x plus 3, your factor is looking at minus 3. So I want you to get into the habit of writing that down. So all we're doing then is substituting in. So you have to show the examiner that you were substituting in that minus 3. But essentially, all you're going to do is put this into your calculator. So all I'm going through is what I'm going to write in the calculator. Plus 1. You can work this out yourself, but it's up to you. I'd rather type it in and know I'm getting it correct. If you wanted to, you could do it bit by bit, but it's optional. The main thing is that you have the answer for the examiner, because it's only, I think it's only worth 2 marks usually. Yeah, 2 marks. And so I'm just putting in that minus 3, whatever, and I'm using brackets like I've written down, just because I'm not going to make any mistakes. And I just quickly checked then. So 2 brackets, and then it's minus a third to this power of 3, minus 3 squared, plus 2 minus, good, which gives us minus 68. It's been a little bit dark in here, I don't know why. Right, the next one showed that x plus 2 is a factor, so this time I'm going to do to the minus 2. If you've typed it all into your calculator, this is great. Again, just showing through, going through on your calculator and changing that to a 2. Why is mine done? Oh, sorry, be careful here and make sure you've actually written out the new sum. I just realized it's slightly different to the first one. So again, minus 2 cubed, so you'll have to rewrite this out again. They might do that in the exam, so just be careful of that. And then minus 2 squared, minus 49 to 2 minus 66. So let me write that in, but it should give you 0, but it's always good to check, because if in doubt, then you know that you've gone wrong further up if you have done something wrong. But just type it into your calculator as you go, okay? 49, and then 2 brackets, and then minus 66. There we go. And that gives you 0. Voila. In the exam, because you will have more time, maybe write them out individually. But as we can see, as long as you've got some shown that you're putting that in, you're absolutely fine. So it's either that or that. So whichever way you want to do, and having the minus 68, which I didn't write my minus in, but I definitely had minus 68. So sorry about that. And then the next one is just plugging it in again. So substituting in minus 2, which we've done, and showing that that equals to 0. So again, that will give it for that one. Okay, the next one is part II to B. Let's go on the next slide. So just remember, we're looking at B now. We're focusing on that scenario, and we already know x plus 2 is a factor. I'm just going to write x plus 2 is a factor, because we've already got that, and you would have had that on your sheet already, because it would be the previous question. Now, it's up to you which method we want to use. I use this method because personally, I find it really nice, and you can use it at A level if you take that further then. Oops. So I'm rushing through this tonight. I'm just trying to get it just so you've got that last minute revision before your exam. So there we go. So all we're going to do is do the first and the last. So the first one is going to give us x to the 2, and the last one, if we divide by 2, is going to give us minus 33. Then what we're going to do is do x plus 2, and then x squared minus 33, and we're going to expand out that bracket. I really hope I haven't written the things down by here now. So that's going to give me x cubed plus 2x squared minus 33x, and then minus 66. And then what we're going to do is write that underneath. Plus 2x squared minus 33x and minus 66. Now, as we go through these, we're going to be subtracting each part. This might feel a little bit weird when you're looking through it. Just really be careful of your negatives and think of them as separate scenarios. So 3 x to the power 3 take away x to the power 3 gives us 0. Minus 6x squared minus a positive 2, that just gives us minus 8x squared. These are going to become, so this is going to become a plus because a minus makes a plus, and what we're going to have then is minus 16x. There we go. And then that's also going to become a 0. If I've got minus 8 squared, we're just going to factor that out. So x plus 2. And then we're trying to factorize that. So that's going to be x, but it's going to have to be... What am I doing there? Sorry about that. Midway moment there. So we're factorizing this as x in both. So x is going to be outside. And on both, we've got the power of 8. God, why have I forgotten how to do this? Mind, beware. There you go. Minus 8 is outside, and then 8x plus 2 inside. Wow, I had a moment. Let me just make that nice and clear. Have just had a baby, but my brain is gone. There you go. Nope. Wasting time. Sorry. I know you've got your exams. Right, minus 8x, and then brackets 8x plus 2. Right, this scenario by here, I hope you're still with me, is the bit that goes up to here, like so. And then the last bit, we're just going to factorize that little top bit, put them into brackets, and that's going to help us finish this question. Because it's 33, there's only one factor that we can think of, really. So it's going to be 3 and 11. Not 3 and 11. Yeah, 3 and 11. So we're going to do x minus 11, x plus 3. And because they would give us minus 33, and they give us minus 8x. So our final answer would be x plus 2, x minus 11, and x plus 3. And there you go. That's the end of that long question for question 5, I believe it was. Just remember to need to actually go through the answers. So if you look at the answer to this, so you get 1 mark for showing intention to divide by x plus 2, which is what we've done for the first bit. The second bit then is, once you've got that, finding that middle section, so that's the 8x minus 8x in the middle. And then the last bit is factorizing the last 2 brackets to get then your final marks. All right. Now I can say goodbye.